Muawiyah reported, Allah's Apostle ﷺ said, if Allah wants to do good to a person, He makes him comprehend the religion. Prior validity conditions. Purity of organs from uncleanness and impurity. It has been discussed in details in previous videos. You will find their link in the description below this video. Ablution before prayer. Being certain that it's time to pray. Heading to Kaaba direction, Al-Qiblah, except to Nur. Covering private parts with clean clothes. The private parts of a man are between his umbilicus and knees. The private parts of a woman include all of her body except her face and hands. There is a debate about covering her feet. In summary, she should wear a pair of socks when she prays. Standing in a clean place. In the schools of Shafi'i, Malik, and Abu Hanifa, prayer is disliked in graveyards, slaughterhouses, dumps, barns, public baths, on the road, and on the roof of Al-Kaaba. But Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal considered that prayer in these places invalid. Note that there is an exemption from heading to Al-Qiblah in fear prayer and involuntary prayer during travel. The change of the intention. When a praying person decides during the prayer to change the type of the prayer, for example, changing it from an obligatory prayer to a voluntary prayer, or to change the number of prayer units. When Al-Qiblah is at the back of the praying person. When the private parts are uncovered. Invalidation of ablution. Ablution invalidators were discussed in a previous video. You will find its link in the description box. When there is an apparent uncleanness on the praying person or their clothes. Sudden menses or confinement. A lot of action during prayer. For example, walking 3 steps in any direction, or when the praying person's movements are more than 3 in one prayer unit, rak'ah. Giggling in prayer. Eating or drinking in prayer. Note that the scholars' opinions differ regarding the remains of food in the mouth, though they invalidate prayer if they are swallowed accidentally. So, to avoid this confusion, you should use the toothstick, Miswaak, or brush your teeth before performing prayer. Saying words other than those of prayer. Zayd ibn Arqam reported, we used to talk while engaged in prayer, and a person talked with a companion on his side in prayer till this verse was revealed, and stand before Allah in devout obedience. And we were commanded to observe silence in prayer, and were forbidden to speak. Muawiyah ibn al-Hakam reported, while I was praying with the Messenger of Allah, a man in the company sneezed. I said, may Allah have mercy upon you. The people stared at me with disapproving looks. So I said, woe be upon me. Why is it that you stare at me? They began to strike their hands on their thighs, and I saw them urging me to observe silence. I became angry, but I said nothing. When the messenger finished his prayer, I swear that he did not scold, beat, or revile me, but he said, talking to persons is not fitting during prayer, for it consists of glorifying Allah, declaring His greatness, and recitation of the Quran. If you are new here, welcome to this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. You won't regret it.